ride on the track.
Hey. Say.
Let's be clear. Shoo! I had to die or die when you drive. Will make you need it, no, don't get out the life. The shed ain't on your wood. For 12 sticks of your farms, like that eat on my void. Better more terror, bit clear till you bad for. You been eating off them thoughts, I've been living off what you saw. When the court favors, we pack now and laters. That's exceptionally flawed, let's be clear. Let's be clear. If you make it taste funny, you laugh into the bay. If you corny at the mouth, put some used to that's now home team.
Home team. What's happening, home team? It's your boy Blakberry Rex. That's Blakberry, no C, just a K. We coming to you with a impromptu late night shift show of Let's Be Clear. Well, we gonna be clear that all quarterbacks are not created equally, and neither are the teams that they play on. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure you do all that good stuff for us content creators to continue to give you the goods, just the way you like that. What we gonna do tonight is we gonna be clear, real clear, crystal clear, that just because quarterbacks are the leaders, the generals, the commanders, they're the managers of the game, they're the stars of the game, does not mean that they are created, I'm gonna get that out, created equally. And neither are the teams that they play on. And we gonna start that conversation by saying Michael Penix Jr. in this Atlanta Falcons offense is not your cousin Pookie's Atlanta Falcons offense. This is not, I'm going to repeat, this is not the measuring stick for the NFL. What do I mean by that? Michael Penix Jr. recently did made an appearance. He recently made an appearance on one of the Atlanta Falcons post-practice interviews, where he explained that, I know what it was. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. But if you watch the Atlanta Falcons YouTube, or if you follow them on X, which I would hope that a lot of you all do, if you're Falcons fans, you know that the Madden crew went around getting Atlanta Falcons players' opinions on their on their Madden ratings. And when approached by Michael Penix Jr. by the young lady who was running around the Flowery Branch campus, she came across Michael Penix and she asked him what he thought his speed was on the game. And I want to say that it was like an 84 or something like that. And it might have been a little less. I think it was like an 81, something like that. I can't remember quite frankly. But he thought it would be a little higher, but he said he thought it was only two players, only two quarterbacks in the league that would have a higher rating on speed than he did in Madden. The first, he said, was Lamar Jackson, of course. And then he stopped himself for the second one. He said, you know what? I still like me. And he was going to say Jaden Daniels. He referenced Jaden Daniels, how he said they would say Jaden Daniels, but he said, I like me. And not only does that show the confidence in the young man, and it also shows that he's aware that he has another element to his game other than that of his arm. It gave me some insight. It got me thinking about something. So something that's very common, especially in Atlanta Falcon content creating circles, is the quarterback conversation and who is the best Falcons quarterback over time. A lot of people say Matt Ryan. A lot of people say Michael Vick. You even got some people going far as back as to saying that it's neither one of those two and that it's actually somebody from further back in time. But I'm not going to go there because that's just fucking crazy. But we leave the argument up for grabs, right? It's low hanging fruit for Falcon content creators, especially in a time of the year where we're kind of getting out of this period now. But in a time of the off season where we don't have a whole lot to talk about, we get to talking about quarterbacks of the past, running backs of the past, comparing them to today's players, comparing them to today's coaching. And something that I think we need to do a little bit more of is do the same in that manner with the fan base. Because we get to talking about these quarterbacks of the past and comparing them to quarterbacks of the future. And we forget to analyze the era at which these quarterbacks played in. Michael Penix Jr. currently is playing in an era that still has not been written. And what I mean by that is it's not foretold what's to come of these Atlanta Falcons. Of course, we can go back in the past and we can critique and we can make our analysis based off of what's already happened. It's already done. You can't do anything about it. You can speculate what could have happened. You can say if this would have happened in this situation, if this player would have still been here, if this player would have just acted like they had some good sense. You can do all that all you want to. But at the end of the day, what happened, and you can't change it. Michael Vick goes to prison. Can't change it. Matt Ryan didn't get over the hump. Can't change that. Brett Favre wasn't in the Atlanta Falcons for long and went on to be the Brett Favre of the Green Bay Packers. You can't change it. Chris Chandler, God bless him, it is what it is. Couldn't get over that proverbial hump. The same with the coaches, the same with the rest of the team. We are now in a era that has not yet been written. But yet content creators, analysts, professional analysts, everybody's coming out of the woodwork to make these determinations about these Atlanta Falcons led by Michael Penix Jr. But nobody wants to say the one thing that they would eventually say before anything could even be put in damn proof. Any proof could be given when it came to Matt Ryan, Michael Vick, when it came to Chris Chandler, whoever. Nobody wants to say that this team will move as Michael Penix does. Nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to put him on that pedestal. Nobody wants to give him that weight to carry. And the more I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking to myself, it's because we're picking and choosing who we want to like and who we don't want to like, based off of reputation, based off of the situation, the circumstance, based off of other people's outlooks and why those outlooks against ours don't seem to match up. I'm finna hit y'all with something real heavy. But before I do, I need to show some love to the loyal compadres and compadres of the channel. We got Georgia, Texas boy in the building. Currently not of Georgia, North Texas, but that ain't none of you motherfuckers' business. He say, what's happening, Blakberry, AFN, the Falcons family? The new era is here. The Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025. Yes, sir, Georgia, Texas boy. Take that beyond off of there so I can make it rhyme. We got Prince Kell 89 in the building. He say, home team, home team. Let's get it. Football is back, baby. Yes, indeed, it is. And I got to see what's going on with my Georgia boys, too. Y'all know I'm a dog fan, too, now. So we got to make sure we keep track of them dogs. But that's another show for another day. We got Jonte Rozier in the house. He say, what it do, Blakberry? What's going on with your Jonte Rozier? We got Southside in the building. What's up with your Southside? He say, what up, Blakberry? Yeet. Yes, sir, ball. We got 3 Duddy in the building, one of the OGs in the game. He say, home team, what it do, home team? Yes, sir. 3 Duddy say, can't wait for this one. We got, who else we got in the building? We got D. Coleman in the house. He's somewhere scoping the damn landscape. Get your ass from up there, D. Coleman. Get your ass from up there. I know what you be doing. What he say? He say, Kim, what? Kim who? McKilkin, Chris Miller, Ty Detmer, honorable mention of Chris Redmond. Boy, D. Cole. Now you know what Madness will say. Madness will say, don't do that, D. Cole. We got Dre Murphy in the building. Dre Murphy, the one and only. What's going on with you, Dre Murphy? He say what to do, what the business is. Y'all know how he do. Y'all know how my boy Dre Murphy put it together. We got Bernard Cantrell in the building with the red and black. What's up with the Bernard Cantrell? We got Cushido in the building. He said, yo, Blakberry, why your production so low? Is my production low? I don't know, man. When I got to figure out, I'm trying to figure out these new audio controls that StreamYard done kind of like tweaked because I'm used to doing the shows from my phone. That's what I'm used to doing them from. I'm used to doing them from my phone, and I don't know what that's gonna sound like because I can't be consistent with my damn hardware because my trucker headset, it died on me, and I just keep being too lazy and forgetful to replace that. And that's the best mobile headwear I got. So I've been using these earbuds, and them shit suck. So when I come to using the laptop, I be having to like try to figure out sounds and adjustments and stuff, and you can't hear yourself talking in these damn mics. At least I can't. I don't know what kind of damn, maybe y'all know a system I could use or something. But I don't know, man. Y'all help me out with that. Tell me how I can fix that. I mean, I'm trying to. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. If it's still low, let me know. Put some red and black in the chat if I'm too low, cause I know how to fix it. Goddamn it, I ain't fucking slow or nothing like that. I know how to fix the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just Just tell me, Blakberry, you're low like you did, and I fix the shit. But appreciate you, Kashuto, for showing love, man. Appreciate you for being in the building. He said I can barely hear you. All right, hold on. I'm gonna turn my shit up. Is it the same for everybody else? Cause Kashuto, Kushito, say they can barely hear me. I'm gonna fix it. I know how to goddamn fix it. Shit. Fuck y'all talking about. I know how to fix that goddamn shit. You know. Alright, let's take that shit off. I got the damn mic right up on my damn mouth. I got it on my mouth. I got the mic right up on my damn mouth. They come say, do your research on Kim McQuilkin. Alright, who else we got in the building, man? Got Millie Mills in the house, home team. What's up with it? Jonte Rogel got the red and black, 3 with the red and black. They say it's all good then. D. Coleman say I'm about half asleep. The sound is pleasant this time of night. Hold on, man. I got to fix. I don't know if what I did fixed it or not, but whatever. But appreciate the loyal compadres and compadres for coming through, man. Y'all make sure y'all continue to support your boy the best way you know how to. Just by clicking them buttons. Y'all know how to click them buttons. Y'all know how it's done. But I'm finna hit y'all with something heavy tonight. And it ain't gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a short one, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna make sure we be clear about something that I'm noticing, not just with the Falcon fan base, but with most of football fans. And something I'm noticing is they got the quarterback position all fucked up in the game. People really done took what they think they know about the quarterback position, developed their own thought process on it, and they've taken it and they've kind of like migrated what a quarterback is into a perception of a quarterback. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. For instance, our own Michael Penix Jr. He's capable of doing multiple facets of the game at quarterback. He can throw and he can run. He's intelligent at the position as well. And he also has a rocket arm that he's going to work on the accuracy with, I'm sure. He's not totally inaccurate, but like I say, coming from a boys game to a man's game, from college to pros, you expect for people to have to kind of get acclimated with the speed of the NFL, even quarterbacks. So I'm not worried about inaccuracy with a rocket arm, because I know that's something we talked about this weekend with Coach Unchained on the regulators, as far as the accuracy of Michael Vick's arm when he was with the Falcons compared to when he was with the Eagles. And some people determined that was because when he was with the Eagles, like Big Will and Coach, they determined that was because of his student level of the game in Philadelphia compared to in Atlanta. I don't think it got diddly shit to do with being a student of the game. When you got a big arm and you struggle with accuracy, it's because of two things for me. One, you're just not that accurate of a thrower on the deep ball. You think all you got to do is throw it as hard as you can and hope your receiver can go get it. You're going to overthrow a lot of motherfuckers. And that's usually what the case was with Vic when he did show inaccuracies throwing the deep ball. The difference in Philadelphia was he learned how to slow down a bit and be more of a quarterback in the pocket and do more thinking at the position, which does come with being a student. But as far as the deep ball goes, he had a Deshaun Jackson that could run a 4.2 and can go get that motherfucker. So that's the difference in a big arm and inaccuracies. I think with Michael Penix Jr., the perception is that he has a really strong arm and he's going to deliver really hard, tough throws in tight places. So when he can do that, but when it's time to throw the ball deep, he's inaccurate because he doesn't have touch on the ball. A lot of people say he struggles with putting touch on the ball. I saw examples in those 3 games, more specifically in the Carolina game, where he can put touch on the ball when he knows he has to put touch on the ball. It's when he's taking deep shots where he wants the receiver to go get it, where you saw him overthrow the ball a bit. One notably to the right sideline, he overthrew Darnell Mooney on, I believe it was that last drive, when he when he ended up scoring that pass to Kyle Pitts in the end zone, but he overthrew Darnell Mooney a few plays before on a fade to the side, near the sideline. And with that throw, he tried to put touch on it, but he just overthrew it a bit. Darnell Mooney runs a 4.38. He ain't slow. Deshaun Jackson in Philadelphia was very good with takeoff. He was very good at the point of the snap. I try to get people to understand something. Quarterback's accuracy depends a whole lot on not just their ability to throw the ball, but also their receiver's ability to get off the snap good. That means not having a false step, having a quick first step, being decisive in what you're going to do at the snap. If you're going to make a move, if you're going to run straight through somebody, whatever the case is. If you want to do some slight hand fighting, whatever. Coming at your break. All of that stuff comes into effect, comes into account when we're talking about a quarterback's accuracy with the ball. Something that made guys like Drew Brees, Donovan McNabb, Peyton Manning, just to name a few. And notice I'm not naming Matt Ryan. But something that they had in their arsenal was the ability to put the ball in front of receivers no matter the route tree. No matter what they ran on that route tree, they could put the ball in front of the receiver. That's a very unique skill. I'm not going to say it's unique. I'm not going to necessarily say that it's rare, but it's a skill that a lot of quarterbacks don't have. Let's put it that way. A lot of quarterbacks have to put the ball on the receiver's body, or they have to put the ball slightly behind the receiver so to not put the ball in harm's way. While that does look like that's a good tactic to prevent from throwing the interceptions and putting the ball in harm's way. It also can do just that, put the ball in harm's way. Most of the time, when you got drag routes, when you got crossing routes, when you got slants, and you have defenders that are trailing a receiver, throwing the ball, not being able to put the ball in front of the receivers is a lot of time is why interceptions happen. And putting the ball on the receiver's body on routes like dig routes, like in and outs, like comeback routes, you want the ball on the body. You want it either on the body, you want it in the chest, or you want it towards the sideline. Most of the time, you got a few corners in history that was able to play that sideline that damn good where it didn't even matter if you put it on the sideline. they can still make a play on it. But that's usually not the case. So you want to put that ball on the sideline, or you want to put that ball in the chest of the receiver, and the timing has to be good. But receivers have to run these routes as if they are in perfect cohesion with the quarterback. If it's all left up to a quarterback to make the throw so that the receiver can make the catch, and all the receiver doing is just running running a basic route. He's not being held accountable for having a good takeoff, having a good break, and knowing when to look for the ball. The timing. If it's all up to the quarterback to have that for his accuracy, a lot of quarterbacks gonna fail. Yeah, Millie Mills, that's a good example. Champ Bailey was one of those corners. It didn't matter if you put that ball on that sideline, he can still make a play for it. And for somebody, with him, it was his decision making, knowing what's about to happen before it happens, and that's based off of just doing your homework and studying. But it's more, being an accurate quarterback isn't just up to the quarterback. Accuracy also comes with what a receiver does. It comes with how the offensive line holds up well. Those things come into account too. So when we're talking the differences between quarterbacks, one that comes up a lot is Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan compared to Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. Those are usually the two that people compare him with, or what's the guy? Shit. Damn. Joe Flacco, or God damn, why I can't get this motherfucker name out. Denver Broncos quarterback. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Goddamn, that motherfucker. John Elway. God, that motherfucker got a stupid ass name. I don't care what nobody say. John Elway is a stupid fucking name. But I digress. He gets compared to those guys because those guys were generals at the position. Good thinkers of the ball. D. Coleman, stop your shit. Good thinkers before the snap. Very good processors before the snap. Very good processors after the snap. Very good at going through their reads, being decisive on their decision making. But if you go back and analyze those teams, which I have not went back and analyzed every team, but what I have done is I've went back and I've looked at some of those New Orleans swamp skank teams with Drew Brees. I went back and looked at some of those Patriot games. I went back and looked at some of those Peyton Manning games, Peyton Manning teams. And, of course, Peyton Manning had Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, guys like that. Guys that were very good at what they did in the receiver. And they had very good route running skills. Drew Brees didn't necessarily have that. He had guys that were good, like Marcus Colston and a couple of those other guys whose names escape me because y'all know how terrible I am with names. Drew Brees was very good at helping those guys be open, so to speak, because Drew Brees could put the ball in front of you on any route, on the route tree, right? So that helped out receivers a lot in New Orleans. Tom Brady had guys like Julian Edelman and Wes Welker, great route running slot guys who were very good at getting that quick separation. They're probably not going to be very fast, but they're going to be very quick out of their breaks, very quick off of the snap. So they made it easier for him to be accurate because they they're getting that space for him to be able to put the ball exactly where they need to put it at. And because the ball coming out fast to those guys, in most cases, that helped him out tremendously. And then you also had big bodies like Gronkowski and Hernandez, who I don't like saying that motherfucker name, but we talking football. But you had those big bodies that he was able to play basketball with playing football. So that helped out with his accuracy. We looking at today's quarterbacks, and we're comparing them to quarterbacks of the past. But the Joe Burrows, the Josh Allens, Lamar Jacksons, even the Geno Smiths, even the Daniel Joneses of the world. Something that they're all capable of doing that those guys weren't necessarily capable of that great at was extending plays outside of the pocket. Now, of course, a lot of them was good at extending the plays in the pocket, which today is kind of starting to look like it's a lost art. The ability to sidestep or misstep, as the Qs would call it. The Qs were the guys that coached me when I played football, the Omegas. But the Qs called it the misstep in the pocket. And the ability to just make a sudden step to give you that half a second more time to get that ball out and be decisive on the throw. What you said, Middle Bill, I ain't finna fall into that trap. That looked like a trap. I'm not falling into it. But back to what I was saying. So that misstep in the pocket is something that's that's a little bit of a lost art today. Most quarterbacks today, as soon as they feel that pressure, because they know they have the athleticism to extend plays outside of the pocket, first thing they looking to do once they feel that pressure in the pocket is to escape the pocket and roll out and extend the play. And when I seen guys doing that a lot on Madden, because I'm a Madden player. I play Madden. People do that on Madden almost like they got some kind of cheat code where they, and in some people's cases, they have damn near perfected it to where it worked almost every damn time they do it. But in real life, you have quarterbacks today who, instead of learning how to do that misstep in the pocket, they are looking to roll out and extend plays so that they can catch defenders slipping. Which it happens a lot, actually. It does happen a lot because defenders they don't necessarily get undisciplined in their assignments. What it is it's very hard to cover somebody for more than 4 seconds. It's very hard. 4 seconds is like the ideal max amount of time you want corners or safeties or linebackers even. That's the limited amount of time that you really want them to have to cover. You really want it to be 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It better be some pressure. Somebody better be getting sacked, or somebody better be getting stuffed in the backfield, or somebody better be making that quarterback throw that ball away. Because 4 Mississippi is usually when things is about to go bad. And we done seen it too many damn times with our secondary unit in Atlanta. But a lot of quarterbacks today being compared to quarterbacks of the past. Something that's not being taken into account when we're talking about what a quarterback is for his team is we're not taking it into account what that team wants that quarterback to be. Because Michael Penix, he said something very interesting when he was asked about his speed on Madden, what he, how he felt about it. And the fact that he went straight to it's only two guys faster than me in the league, and he even gave himself still the second fastest in the league. Whether it's true or not, it's the fact that it's his confidence. And to say that Lamar Jackson and then he like him over Jaden Daniels, we have all looked at Michael Penix as the quote-essential quarterback, the ideal quarterback for these Atlanta Falcons, for what we have in Atlanta, for the personnel group we have in Atlanta, and for what Zach Robinson, from what we can tell, what he wants to be able to do, which is play action, and he wants to be able to, eat you up in the short game, then he want to catch you deep, want to catch you slipping deep. Catch you slipping deep. And Michael Penix when we look at how rocket of an arm he has, we look at his quick decision making, his quick release, we look at the intangibles he's got with his arm, and we're very optimistic about what we can have out of Michael Penix Jr. But it's that running element too. It's that running element that some of us have touched on it and some of us have highlighted it as content creators. But for the first time this week, if it was this week or maybe over the weekend, whichever it was today. Well, it was yesterday now. Or whatever fucking day it was. He's letting us know that he's aware that I can take off running with that thing too. As a matter of fact, not only can I take off running with it, but I like me over everybody else outside of one other guy in this league. And then the guy that he says that he puts over him, Lamar Jackson, gets heavily criticized for doing just that on his team. His team, which is known for running the ball, which is known for being tough in the trenches, tough on defense, and they gonna run the damn ball. But he gets heavily criticized for doing a lot of running at the quarterback position. Once again, being compared to quarterbacks of old. Because if you compare him to quarterbacks of today, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen, you can argue, he might be one of them guys, he going to do one read, and if that one read, no, I can't even say that, because that might have been the case a few years ago, but the past couple seasons, Josh Allen has proved that he's going to go through reads. He's good at processing, going through the reads, and using running as a last resort. I think Josh Allen has proved that the past couple of seasons. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, he still looks like he wants to take off running after going through that, Primary's not there, check down, I'm going to run. That might be the case sometimes, but I think he's improved a little bit there. Like I said before in the past, not overwhelmingly better than he was a couple seasons ago. Excuse me. Not overwhelmingly better, but better nonetheless. And then we look at guys like Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow ain't no stick in the mud. Joe Burrow can use his legs too. As a matter of fact, he just looks like a better, more aggressive and just a better version of Daniel Jones. That's who Joe Burrow, that's what he looks like in my opinion. If Daniel Jones had the moxie, if he had the confidence level, if he had a little bit more athleticism in him as far as his ability to be accurate on the extension of the plays, he could be a Joe Burrow. But that's the differences when we comparing the Michael Penixes, when we comparing the Lamar Jacksons and the Justin Fields and the Jaden Daniels, because the Joe Burrows and the Josh Allens, they're capable of using their legs too. Aaron Rodgers-esque. They're capable of using their legs too. The difference is, though, is that they're not quite as good at using their legs as the other guys that I mentioned. Michael Penix, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, etc. And because so, when comparing the quarterbacks, we forget to use the element of what it is that the team wants them to do. Joe Burrow with Cincinnati, they want him to throw the ball. They don't want him running as much. Josh Allen, they want him throwing the ball. They don't want him running as much. But everybody Justin Fields has played for so far, and I'm going to even include the Jets in on this, because why else? What else would they expect for him to do? They want him to run when he has the chance to do so. One read one not there. If your check down ain't in your line of eyesight, take off running. That's what I think the Jets gonna want him to do. That's what I think what Arthur Smith wanted them to do in Pittsburgh, and that's what I for certain know that's what they wanted him to do in Chicago. Lamar Jackson with the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh and them and the coach from Georgia, they don't want Lamar Jackson to go through all his reads all the time. Maybe sometimes, but not all the time. They want him to run. That's what they want him to do, because he's damn good at doing that. So, hey, if your first read not there, your primary not there, if your check down ain't in your line of sight, maybe go to that second read, but don't stay on it too long. You see a lane, take it. And then on the next play, we going to fuck the defense up even more. We going to hand the ball off to Dan Henry. After they just got finished chasing you around and they tired to death, we going to give it to Dan Henry so he can bust them in the chest and knock all the wind out of them. That's what the game plan is in Baltimore. We're going to run the ball, even if it's with our quarterback. And when we do get a ball to our running back, it's going to be to knock the goddamn breath out of him. And that's usually what happens. But Lamar Jackson also throws for a lot of touchdowns because of that. Because of the anticipation that the defense has to have of him running or Derrick Henry running on play action, RPO, whatever the case is, once they get in the red zone, leaves a lot of windows of opportunity for his tight ends or his other backs or his slots, whoever, to get loose in the end zone and be butt naked wide open. I don't know how many times Likely was wide open or somebody in the slot was wide open in the damn end zone when they made it into the red zone. It's because of that anticipation of running the ball, whether it's with Lamar, whether it's with Derrick Henry. So and even before Derrick Henry got there, he threw for a lot of touchdowns. So that's one thing you can't take from him. Once they get in that red zone, he throws a lot of touchdowns. But that's because of the threat of the run game with Lamar Jackson. Now, with Michael Penix Jr., it's probably about to look a whole hell of a lot like that once we get in the red zone with some of these teams. I was watching John Gruden's breakdown, Chucky. I know a lot of people don't like John Gruden because, of his drama, he could be a little racist, maybe. We don't know. He could be a goddamn snake in the grass. But one thing for certain, John Gruden knows football. And I was watching his breakdown of the NFC South, and one of the things he broke down with the Falcons was what they're going to want the tight ends to be able to do with the run game, specifically in the play action game. And Warner, who he highlighted a bit because of his blocking ability, is going to be very key. Him and TQ, even Kyle Pitts, and whoever that other tight end might be that they might have sitting and waiting in the weights with the practice squad. But they have to have the ability to block well on the edge, and they got to be able to know how to chip and go. Because the play action is going to be there. And it's not the RPO that we're talking about. We're talking about the play action. Opening up that window of opportunity to get somebody wide open in the red zone to score. That's one of the elements we've been missing. Not just because of the quarterback play, but also because we've had to, because of the quarterback play. We've had to diminish so much of the play action game that it's left us like two-dimensional. Like it's not a whole lot of sassy and saucy we can get with our offense because the play action ain't there. Even though we got arguably the best backfield in football, the play action ain't there because there's no threat. There's no threat of the quarterback running with the football. In today's game, the play action is basically a watered down RPO or version of the RPO when it comes to the personnel groups that we have running the play action plays in today's football. I just got finished explaining it. Almost everybody can use their damn legs now. Maybe not to the extent of a Lamar Jackson or a Michael Vick, but everybody can use their legs. It looks a whole hell of a lot like Donovan McNabb's and Aaron Brooks's and Steve McNair's out there these days. And all the different shades and colors too. Everybody ain't got to be black that can be athletic. But that's what we're looking at now. So when John Gruden broke that down at the tight end position and what it played, the part that it plays in the play action game for the Falcons, and then I look at what Michael Penix said about his ability to run and how he liked him over anybody else in the league outside of Lamar Jackson. That right there tells me that what the Falcons want Michael Penix Jr. to be, they want him to be an athlete. Not necessarily just a quarterback. They want him to be an athlete. And that's all Jaden Daniels is. He's just being an athlete. And he's standing out above the crowd. He's standing out because of it. They're allowing him to be an athlete at the quarterback position. Difference is between him and Justin Fields is he's just making smarter choices with the football. He's capable of being more decisive when he throws the ball. He's more accurate at throwing the ball than Justin Fields. These are things Justin Fields can work on, and maybe he'll be better with the Jets. Maybe. He has talent around him that can help him get there, like Breece Hall and Wilson. They can help him get there. And they got a few other guys too on that offense. That's not a bad offense they got in with the Jets. But the ability to be an athlete at the quarterback position is what they want Michael Penix to be able to do. It's the same thing with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. They don't want him to be a quarterback. They want him to be an athlete that's playing quarterback, which is what he's been all of his football career. And when I look at Jaden Daniels and what he accomplished last year, he had that little stint like mid-season where it looked like, oh shit, coming back to earth, Jaden Daniels. But he gathered his wits about him and he was right back to damn killing defenses up and down the damn field by just being an athlete. Because that's what that team in Washington D.C. want him to do. I'm just the Washington Commanders. That's what they want him to do. Okay, that's the best they could come up with. I mean, God Almighty. But that's what they want him to be. Now, in Cincinnati, they want Joe Burrow to be a quarterback. That's what they want him to be. They want Josh Allen to be a quarterback. That's what they want him to be. It's the same thing in L.A. In both of the L.A. teams. The Chargers want Herbert to be a quarterback. Herbert's not bad at using his legs. He can use his legs a little bit too. Now, Matthew Stafford, back in his heyday, not so much now, but back in his heyday, Matthew Stafford could use his legs a little bit too. Him and Matt Ryan was kind of like, he was a little more athletic than Matt Ryan, but they was kind of like neck and neck when it came to being sneaky okay with using their legs. But that is why quarterbacks are not made equal. It's not because of what they can do. It's because of what their teams want them to do. And if I'm critiquing and analyzing Michael Penix, and then I'm doing a side by side with him and that boy Richardson in Indianapolis, the thing they're gonna have in common is that they both can use their legs. The difference is going to be, outside of that, Richardson isn't nearly as talented as Michael Penix as far as his mental, the intelligence for the game and the quarterback skill set. But Indianapolis wants him to run the ball. They want him running it. That's what they want him to do. They want him to be an athlete. Atlanta is going to want Michael Penix to be an athlete. The difference is, though, like I said, in that case, Michael Penix got way better skill set as a quarterback than Anthony Richardson. But let's see what y'all thinking in the chat, man. Let's see what y'all got to say about this in the chat. Are y'all engaging in the chat, man? Are y'all engaging in the chat? What y'all got going on, man? George Test Boy, Dre Burr said, George Test Boy, okay, they hollering at each other. What's up with your A137 sauce in the building? What's up with your A1 sauce? A1 sauce. I'm so boss. What's up with your A137 sauce? Say home team, Blakberry, what it do? What we got going on in the chat? George Test Boy say, I don't see a problem with it because Jared Goff isn't playing either. Oh, y'all talking about them playing? Y'all talking about Raheem saying that neither Penix nor Kirk Cousins gonna play on Friday? Oh, let's see what y'all think about that. Is that what y'all talking about in the chat? That's what y'all talk about? Judge Tesboy say, plus they are about to get work in the joint practice against the Titans and Cowboys. Southside say, there's no need for Penix or Kirk to play in the preseason. I mean, maybe we see Penix in one game, maybe, but I better see lots of Emery and Easton. Okay, so Southside say he don't care if they don't play in there, if they don't play in there at all. So the text boy say I'd rather have the starters play either a quarter or a half in the third preseason game. Dre Murphy say I like and love the living hell out of that pass he made to my boy, my dog, my man Kyle Freaking Pitts. Yeah, that play's on repeat in my head, bro. It is. That play on repeat in my head, bro. Like, I just keep seeing it. I just keep seeing it. D. Coleman said, I think Penix can make all the throws. Only thing I worry about is his decision making, when to put touch on the ball, when to throw it out, when to test the coverage intelligently, etc. Oh, look, that's a lot of that D. Coleman we know gonna come with experience. But we also know something about gunslingers, which is what he is. He's a gunslinger. He's gonna throw interceptions. He's gonna make mistakes. He is, because gunslingers make mistakes. The difference is with the ones that go on to have very good careers. The difference is between those guys and the guys like Jay Cutler, who's a gunslinger, is they're better decision makers, and they're more capable of coming back the next drive and delivering after just making a mistake. Short memory. That's the difference. Short memory and the ability to bounce back. That bounce back gene. Billy Mills said Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that could extend plays, use his legs. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, was the upgraded version of Steve Young, in my opinion. He can kill you in the passing game, and when you least expect it, he can use them legs on you and catch you slipping with his legs too. D. Coleman was on that bullshit. What did he say? The Lord gonna lead Tebow to victory, faith over mustard seed. Oh man, Brady's wide receivers were not impressive athletic at all, but they had incredibly synergy with Tom and knew exactly what to be. Made you bleed slow. It's because of the technique of getting off the snap. Everybody that line up on that line, receivers, linemen, tight ends, everybody that lines up on that line, you have to have a quick first step. It has to be decisive, and you can't have a false step. You got to get off the ball fast. That's how them cues. That's how Coach Bailey used to say it. You got to get off that snap fast, and that determines how that's really the very first physical aspect of the game that's going to determine how the play goes from that point forward. How you get off of that snap. The same thing on the defensive side of the ball with pass rushers and defensive tackles. Same thing. Or linebackers coming on the blitz, or secondary guys coming on the blitz. How you come off of that snap is going to determine how that whole play goes. Millie Mills said, hold up, Blakberry. What was Peyton Manning? I said I wasn't going to fall into that. I said I wasn't going to fall into that shit. I said I wasn't going to do it. If Penix is McNabb, that's solid hell. Facts. Millie Mills still, Burrow still does it. Well, he tries. Trey Murphy said, he called me, I hope, pray, wish that the case of my boy, my dog, come on, bro. Come on. Millie Mills say Josh Allen proved to me that he really the captain of the team. He did, man. He had a lot of people criticizing him a couple seasons ago, and he really just done took the bull by the horn. Up there, you know, a lot of people was ready to write him off and call him a bust too. Same thing they was ready to do in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. Some of these guys, man, they just need they can be they're cold that's either gonna break and crumble into dust, or you're gonna be able to steam it and press it into some diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Jonte Rose just say, I heard Fields looking good up there in New York. Sometimes guys just need a little longer than others, but we gonna see what Justin Fields, what becomes of Justin Fields. Jonte Rose just said running the ball is Lamar's strength to his game, and that's what his team wants him to do. That's what his offensive coordinator and his head coach want him to do. They want him to run the ball. They don't want him to be held to the standards of a quarterback traditionally. And I think when a lot of people critiquing Lamar Jackson, they kind of not being fair to the team itself and what they want. Like, you can't say that his team has been predicated on being physical in the trenches, hard-nosed defense, and running the ball on offense, and then say that you don't want to hold him to the standards of a quarterback that that a lot of people are giving him accolades for at the quarterback position. And they're not giving him these accolades. He's doing what they ask him to do. He's doing what they want him to do because that's what he's good at. He's doing what he's good at. And just because some of us don't like that, that's what a lot of people go to when they say, well, that's the best in the league at the quarterback position. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. What matters is the difference he makes for his team in that aspect. And people recognize that, whether some of us like it or not. You ain't got to like it. It is what it is. Miller Mill said, don't forget Henry be trying to catch now, too. He do. I tell you what, though. If that big son bitch catch something in the flat and he got a few yards in front of him to run, it's going to be a lot of folks making some business decisions out there in that secondary group, out there in that open field. It's going to be a lot of guys in that open field making some business decisions if he got space to run after catching something in that damn flat. Corey Alexander, appreciate you for joining. He say, buddy, IQ is, I think he trying to say insane. Who you talking about? You talking about Michael Penix? Jonte Rogers say, do you consider Josh Allen an athlete? Yes. I consider Josh Allen to be Ben Roethlisberger 2.0. If anybody was fortunate enough to watch Ben Roethlisberger in his prime, Ben Roethlisberger could go the first 3 quarters of a football game being the most inaccurate motherfucker you ever seen throw the damn ball. Just inaccurate as fuck. But in that 4th quarter, he gonna start doing them missteps in the pocket. He gonna start rolling out the pocket, extending some plays. His accuracy on the run goes from being a 60 rating to a 90 rating out of nowhere in that 4th quarter. And that's what Ben Roethlisberger gave you. And that's really how they got 2 championships. Because of smash mouth defense, the ability to run the ball, and Ben Roethlisberger being able to keep plays alive in the clutch. That's how they got 2 Super Bowls. A Hall of Fame defense, a smash mouth run game, and Ben Roethlisberger being able to keep plays alive in the clutch. That's what it is. And I saw, because who was that? I think that was I want to say the Kansas City Chiefs played them tough in the playoffs. Oh, excuse me. They played them tough in the playoffs, and they thought they had them one season, and Ben Roethlisberger in that defense, man, and Jerome Bettis, knowing how to close football games. Josh Allen is Ben Roethlisberger 2.0. He can give you what Ben Roethlisberger gave you in the fourth quarter. He can give you that for the whole game. So I think that's who I compare him to. I compare him to being a 2.0 version of Ben Roethlisberger. Absolutely. He's an athlete. Absolutely. Southside said, just have to accept that quarterbacks like Lamar and Fields are not everybody's cup of tea, but their respected teams play to their strengths. That's it in a nutshell right there, Southside. You put it so eloquently. That's it in a nutshell. He said, hell, I'll throw Hurts in that as well, more an athlete than a true quarterback. Hell, bro, I'll even throw Tua in there. I'll even throw little buddy in Arizona in there. I'll even throw him in there. Hell, I'll even throw the young boy in Houston in there in that category too. These teams playing to their strengths, man. And it's about what they want them to do. It's not about what we consider the quarterback position to be as far as what we've seen over the years and what we're accustomed to a quarterback being. It's about what they want him to be. When Vic came to Atlanta, we weren't trying to change Jim Moore wasn't trying to change Vic into a pocket quarterback. He wanted Vic to run. That's why it didn't matter if he read the playbook or not, because hell, Jim Moore wanted to go out there and improvise any goddamn way. He thought Michael Vick was gonna be the cheat code to making it to winning a Super Bowl at least one time in his career, and people will forget all about him being in his daddy's shadow. That's just keeping it 100, man. They're keeping it a book. Millie Mills said Darnold and Geno the only quarterbacks not using their legs now. And Geno I think Geno is just he kind of think like a businessman. He making a business decision not to use his legs, in my opinion. Because Geno can run. He ain't gonna necessarily skate across the goddamn field on you, but he can use his legs. Southside says Stafford was just better with arm strength and arm talent than Matt was. That's a fact. Yes. I agree with you though. Jonte Rose just say Trevor can carry the ball himself. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence can use his legs too. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with Sunshine, though. I think Sunshine bought into the hype of what all of these damn professional analysts was all on his jock about when him coming out of Clemson. Oh, this guy's going to be Trevor Lawrence is going to be the next Peyton Manning. He's going to be the next John Elway. Like they was riding his jock so hard about him being this guy that's just finna just throw it all over the fucking field on defenses. He just ain't lived up like most quarterbacks wouldn't, like most people wouldn't. He ain't lived up to that damn. He just ain't lived up to that hype. And then of course he's had some injuries, but even before the injuries, he just ain't lived up to that. If he take a page If he take a page out of somebody like I don't damn know. He got to figure it out. Trevor Lawrence is really just starting to look like a big fucking disappointment. Millie Mills said, but they don't really ask Trevor to be an athlete sometimes. No, they don't. But he need to take it upon himself, in my opinion. Be more of an athlete. But hell, maybe them injuries done slowed his ass down now. I think it's dumb that the quarterback don't play in the preseason. Let me tell y'all something about this preseason shit. If you're not gonna play them in this game, I can understand it. I get it. I get it in the first preseason game. But in the second preseason game, I better see Michael Penix play a series or two. I better see Kirk Cousins play at least 2 to 3 series. And then put the young boys in the second half. In game 3, I want to see Michael Penix Jr. for a whole quarter. At least a whole quarter. Maybe even the damn half. Maybe even the whole half, man. Maybe even the whole fucking first half in that third game. Because they got on pads now, and it is full contact. And they are having joint practices. But it ain't nothing like that game day speed. It ain't nothing like that game day touch. That game day feel. That's what they got to get their bodies used to. That's just from experience, man. That's just how I look at it. Millie Mills say, so that means Mahomes is just one of one in. We never seen this type of motherfucker before, huh? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes. He was just white. Dre Murphy said, Kyler Murray, yeah, and CJ Stroud. Appreciate you, Dre Murphy. Y'all know I'm terrible with fucking names. Southside say, I think if we talking all around quarterback in the league, Josh Allen takes it based off his ability to run like a Lamar and Murray, but can also sit in the pocket like Mahomes or Burrow. I'm telling y'all, I think I slick really think that's what Michael Penix about to be. Like if Josh Allen, to in your opinion, Southside, which I don't disagree with you, but if Josh Allen is as close as he gets to the medium of those guys, Michael Penix by the end of this year, he might be making that case to be that guy, to be that finished product. If Josh Allen is the prototype, Michael Penix might be the finished product. We about to find out. What's up with you, King Treyway? He say, what's good, Blakberry? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man, on this late night tip, man. Had to do a little late night shift, man, because I was inspired listening to all this quarterback talk all day long, man. I mean, and I done went across so many platforms. Excuse me. I done went across so many platforms. Gotta drink some water, y'all. Gotta drink some water. But all day long, done went across so many platforms, and everybody talking quarterback, and everybody talking about quarterbacks of yesterday. And I just keep seeing that's the element of the game. That's the element of these quarterback situations that's being overlooked, is what the team wants them to be in them doing what the team wants them to do. It's about to be the same conversation with Michael Penix. It's about to be the same conversation. Georgia Texas boy say just like MPJ could have been wanted to if he wanted to. Southside said I like Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. I even thought he was the best player in that draft, but I still never saw Trevor as a generational player going into the league. Nah, I ain't never seen him as no generational talent. Hell no. He said, nah, Blakberry, I think Kirk playing in preseason is disrespectful for a guy who only like 11 months ago was coming off of 6 straight 4,000-yard passing seasons. Man, make that motherfucker play in the damn preseason. I don't give a fuck about none of that. His role is that of the number 2 backup quarterback. That motherfucker need to play in the preseason. I don't give a fuck. It's your job. Ain't about no disrespect. It's about being respectful to your position. That's what it's about. Be respectful to your position. Go out there and play in the preseason and get some camaraderie with that second unit, just in case we need your ass if it come down to it. And so you and that second unit can show that y'all are capable of being able to step up to the plate if need be. Respect the position in the team. We done gave you the respect you deserve, or not necessarily deserve, but we done gave you the respect you asked for by paying you all that motherfucking money. So fuck all that. What's up with your bout? Whatever he say, yo, what the fuck? I ain't getting no notification. Make sure y'all go in the settings, man. Or click the notification bell and click all content or whatever it say. Always or all. Hit that all on the notification bell. Hit the all option. So y'all get all of the notifications. But Narcan Trail say, what happened to the days where your starters played at least a half and some in the third quarter? I don't know what happened to them days, Bernard Cantrell, but I sure enough miss them. Georgia Texas boy say, is it me or is the volume low? I said, y'all keep saying that. Hold on, man. It must be. It ain't y'all. It me. Hold on. Give me some red and black if it sound a little bit better now. Give me some red and black if it sound better. Make sure this goddamn mic right. It's the right fucking mic. It's the right. Damn, I'm seeing how low that shit is. What the fuck? Oh, y'all, I'm gonna go out and come back in. Is it still low? Can y'all hear me better now? Let me know if this is better. Georgia Test boy say that left with 2 days. Oh, these motherfuckers playing in the preseason. You might be right. Shit. Yeah, about whatever said it too. Miller Mill said, I don't know about MP9 being that finished product Blackberry. That boy Josh Allen be running motherfuckers over for real and then get back and throw a touchdown. You know what? The running motherfuckers over part is exciting, but I don't want my quarterback running motherfuckers over like that. I want my quarterback to be able to make a couple up, make at least one motherfucker miss, make at least one of these motherfuckers miss, and then slide your motherfucking ass into the turf and then go back to the huddle and throw a goddamn touchdown. I don't want my quarterback doing all that goddamn. I don't want my quarterback doing all that. So he get up with a nip, with a dislocated shoulder or some shit like that. Like Cam is just now letting people know that he was hurting himself when he was running motherfuckers over. He just now letting people know that shit. What's up with you, Will and Amy? Will maybe say preseason starting is a must. I think you got to let these motherfuckers start. I think the starters need to play a minimum of 3 quarters in the preseason. Minimum 3 quarters. Now, of course, some guys you make an exception for. Like, maybe Michael Penix don't play a whole 3 quarters. Maybe he play a quarter. Maybe he play 2 quarters. And hell no. Everybody 3 quarters, even his ass. I don't give a fuck. I think 3 quarters should be the minimum in the preseason for starters. That's just my opinion. Fuck all that whole shit. 3 Duddy said, if what the team needs from their quarterback is different per team, how can the standard be alike on all quarterbacks, or can it? It can't be. It can't. That's why I titled this. That's why I titled the motherfucking show, Quarterbacks Are Not All Made Equal. Neither are the teams that they play on. And sometimes, y'all, we got to go back to an old saying that your boy Blakberry came up with, which is, football is always never that complicated. Sometimes we can just critique and let it be what it's going to be. Just let it be what it's going to be. Because Michael Vick was in an era where he was one of his own kind. His cousin Aaron Brooks was doing a Timu version of what Vick was doing, and Donovan McNabb was trying not to break a goddamn hip doing what he was doing. So everybody else was the quintessential pocket quarterback. Everybody else was that at that time. Now, you got a league full of Steve Youngs. You got a league full of Steve McNair's and Donovan McNabb's, as I explained before. Georgia Textbook said MPJ could be literally, he said MPJ could be literally be a combination of Vic and Ryan. Yep, we done talked about that. Georgia Textbook say, I agree, he the finished product of those two combined. Southside said in like 3 years it's only gonna be like one preseason game. Bruh, if they gotta stop this passive ass football shit, man. They want these football players to be passive. No, man, I know we gotta protect these guys and they're very valuable assets to these billionaires playing this child's game. But hey, man, if it's about competition and it's about winning, at the end of the day, let these guys play, man. Put these guys out there, man. Let these guys play. I agreed to taking it down to eliminating one of those preseason games. Hell, I think you can take that third game out. It could really just be 2 preseason games if you ask me. But you gotta let these guys play in the preseason. 3/4 minimum, in my opinion. Since it's 3 games, 3/4 minimum. If you're not gonna have them play at all in the first one, you need to have them play 1 in the first, or 1.5 in the first, 1.5 in the third. I mean, in 1.5 in the second game, another 1.5 in the third game. That's how I look at it. Stop this passive ass bullshit about whatever. Say, nah, bro, you still hell low. Shit, man, goddamn. Open your motherfucking ears then about whatever shit. I'm gonna figure this shit out. It's probably my goddamn mic. It's probably time for another one. It's probably this damn mic, y'all. I got to hold the goddamn mic right up on my goddamn mouth like I'm in the damn recording studio. A137 South say, I hear you now. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's just you about with her. Oh, he said, nah, that's perfect, bro. Okay. All right, about whatever. I just got on you real bad. My bad. I just got on you real bad. My bad, boy. But I would say 100%. I would love to see Matt Ryan come in and coach MPJ up a little bit, because I don't want him running unless absolutely fucking necessary. I think I just said that shit just like how you would say it too. I think I just said that shit exactly how you would have said it. I don't want him running unless absolutely fucking necessary. And then slide 3/4. Everybody like 2-a-days, yo. I ain't gonna say I like 2-a-days, but I sure enough felt good being able to say I did. I was participating in 2-a-days after the fact. It's something about them 2-a-days made you feel like a real boy. You know what I'm saying? Miller Mill said if starters get 3/4 when we gone, let the bums try and earn a spot in real game speed against other bums. Yeah, man. 3/4 minimum, bro. You got 3 games. 3/4 need to be the fucking minimum. Jordan Taste Boy say, I'm with you on that BW run when he needed. BW. I don't mind my starters playing a quarter or half in the third game. We got Jamie Edenfield in the building. What's up with you, Jamie Edenfield? Haven't seen your name before. Appreciate you joining. He say exactly, and I'll go back to the 80s and early 90s with Dan Marino and Randall Cunningham. 2 totally different types of quarterbacks that was successful. Hey, Randall Cunningham did what the Vikings wanted him to do. Simple as that. Simple as that. They catered to his skill set. A137 Sauce say, yes, sir, I agree with that. And that soft ass no prison is lame as fuck. ATL 251 in the house. What's up with your ATL 251? He said, fuck all that. Hell no. Hell with practice games. We talking about practice games, a.k.a. preseason games. By whatever say, I would consider giving motherfuckers 5 preseason games. that would eliminate a lot of them week 1, week 2 injuries because motherfuckers ain't used to contact. Hell no. 5 preseason games? Fuck no. I really feel like we only need 2. I honestly feel like we only need 2. 2 motherfucking. That's it. That's all we need, in my opinion. 2. And it's still a 3/4 minimum for the motherfucking damn starters. Still a 3/4 minimum. 1 quarter in the first game. The whole first half in the second. That's what I got. That's what I say, goddamn shit. Millie Mill say, oh, my bad, didn't go. Just talk 3/4 in total. Yeah, 3/4 in total. Yeah. About whatever. Okay, it's here 251. They play 16 games. You really think everyone can play 19 games and be healthy? Oh, he talking about what else? That boy said 5 preseason games. Hell no. Yeah, they play 17 games now, not 16. 18 weeks in the season, 17 games now. He say so 21. Then total. Nah, I'm good with them not playing preseason. So ATL 251 say he good with them not playing in the preseason. This is what I know. I've seen over my time watching football, I've seen players get hurt more so when they haven't played in the preseason and they go straight to playing in the regular season and they get hurt in the first few weeks of the goddamn season. Most of them in the first couple weeks. That from me watching over time, that's what I've seen that happen more so than guys get hurt in the preseason or in the beginning of the season after playing the preseason. I've seen guys get hurt more so often when they don't play in the preseason. That's when I've seen them. That's when I've seen guys get hurt, not playing in the preseason. A1 said 3 for the rest of the 53 to get evaluated. Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. If it's 2 games, it should be 3. Because what? 2 games is going to be 8 quarters. So you got 3 quarters. Well, we doing 3 games. We ain't going to play what if. We got 3 games. That's 12 quarters. All I'm saying is make the motherfucking starters play 3 quarters out of 12. It's 3 games. It's 3 games. And you can't make these motherfuckers play 3 quarters? Come on. Come on. We got T. Terry in the house. What's up with you, T. Terry? He say, what's happening, Blakberry? Big Will looks like he can go on the field now. Big Will a big old boy. I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all, my boy is big. Big Will, that big ain't on the beginning of his name for no reason now. Yeah, I can get out there and I can push some guys around a little bit myself, but that boy Will he's a biggin. That's for sure. That's for sure. Southside say 5 preseason might cut into Halloween. Yeah, bro. Oh no. We doing too much. We doing too much with 5 preseason games. Jordan Tensboy say we need 1 preseason and 18 game season in his opinion. Shit, I'm all for more regular season games, but we ain't gonna get more than the 17, I don't think. Even if they take away that third preseason game, I still think they're going to keep it at 17 games. A1 said, and I agree with that too, Blakberry. Okay. Southside say, when I first started watching AFN, I thought Blakberry and Will were the same person. A lot of people did. You weren't the only one, Southside. That ain't the first time I heard that. That ain't the first time I heard that, Southside. You and quite a bit of other folks. Even though I came on well before Big Will. I was here for at least a good year. I was with AFN a good full year before Will came on board. Southside. If I would ever say the last 3 years, motherfuckers been hurt like a motherfucker week one because they took that other preseason game away. Preseason is really warm-ups for vets and stage for upcoming talent. Yeah, we know that, but you don't need no 5 fucking games, though, about whatever. Come on, bro. That's excessive. Millie Mill said, what about another extra playoff team then? They doing it. Instead of it being 6 playoff teams, it's 7 now. Instead of 6, it's 7. They want to say, and they playing like it's a Pro Bowl play just for exercise, route running, and timing. Hey, like I said, bro, at the end of the day, you got to get out there and that game day contact and that game day speed, it ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it, bro. You got to get acclimated with the speed of game day. That game day speed is what you have to get acclimated with. That's just my opinion. But I think a lot of people share that opinion with me. 3W say the preseason tickets are in the price for the PSLs. Hey, man, y'all make sure, y'all, if you don't know if you're going to make a regular season game, try to make one of these preseason games. I think we got 2 home preseason games out of the 3. So y'all try to make these preseason games, man. Get up close and personal with your team, man, and see what they all about. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for coming through, everybody in the chat that showed love. I appreciate you for engaging, not just with me, but engaging with one another down there in the chat, man. I appreciate all the love for y'all doing that, man. Hey, it's football season, baby. We literally have Falcon football. I don't give it might just be preseason, but I tell you what. You tell them players that it's just a preseason game that's going to actually have to go out there and play, the guys that's playing for a paycheck, guys playing for a roster spot, guys playing to get on somebody's practice squad. Tell them it's just a preseason game when they got to go in that locker room and they got to lace up and strap up and get ready to go knock somebody block off on Friday. Because I know when I played, that's what I thought about on game day. Didn't matter if the game counted or not, exhibition or not, for kicks and giggles or not. It's time to lace up and strap up and knock somebody block off. And that's what we got coming on Friday for some Falcon football. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for tomorrow morning. We got Fan Speak. Y'all know what we do on Fan Speak. We drop the motherfucking link. So y'all make sure y'all around tomorrow morning for when I drop the motherfucking link on Fan Speak. And also, Thursday, we got the Rex Pit. Y'all make sure y'all get ready to share out all this content, man, because it's Falcon season. We finna build the channel back up. We gonna bring back segments like Bring It to the Pit on Thursdays when we do the Rex Pit. We do the Rex Pit every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We gonna bring back segments like Bring It to the Pit, where you and somebody that you know, or one of your peers, or one of these content creators, or two of these content creators go head to head and bring it to the pit, and we determine who win the debate, and everybody get bragging rights. Hey man, let's get the following back up, man. Share the content out. We finna do the damn thing this season, man. This gonna be a season to remember, not just for your boy Blakberry, not just for AFN, but this gonna be a season to remember for these Atlanta Falcons. I got a real strong feeling about that. Catch me on the flip side. Home team. Home team, home team. What's happening, home team? This your boy Blakberry Rex coming to let you know about the summer giveaway that we're having with the home team with Blakberry. That's Blakberry, no C, just the K. If you want to be a part of this giveaway, have a chance to win some free stuff, you got to go to Instagram and subscribe to Blakberry Rex on Instagram and enter the raffle for your chance to